Hi friends, it's MD Vegan. I make an oatmeal. That's a wonderful breakfast because together with fruit and nuts, we have here all the macronutrients we need in the right proportion. That means all our food, all we eat, is composed of three macronutrients. The macronutrients, that is carbohydrates, that is kind of sugar, also starches, then fat, yeah, and protein. And all these three together, they have to be in the food. Otherwise, we don't feel balanced, and we want to crave. We want to have more food if we don't have all of this in a good proportion. Most of what we need is carbohydrate. That means fruit. For example, in this case, most is fruit. Carbohydrates, 60, 70, or 80% even, whatever you like, and little fat and protein. That's the right ratio. You can always make differences when you do sports or heavy workouts or work hard with your body. Of course, then you need probably more protein, and fat is very high in calories. So if you use a lot of calories, you burn a lot of energy, then you maybe need more fat. That's all variable, but in the average, when lots of carbohydrates and little protein and fat, that's the diets most of the people, most of the human beings thrive on for all the time being. Yeah. So now I make a very quick and easy breakfast, and to get the fat and the protein in, I use oatmeal and macadamias. Here, oat groats, fresh oat groats, they are raw here, and macadamias. This is a small handful of macadamia nuts. They are a lot high in fat, and the oatmeal here, the oat groats are high in protein. That makes oat a very special cereal because the other cereals do not have that much protein. Protein is not so often in cereal. There are exceptions, of course, like chia seed, for example, or others. Yeah, they are high, or quinoa, high in protein, but from the ones we have here, easily available, oats is very, very nice. So I put 3 tablespoons of oats into the blender and a small handful of macadamias. And that I use macadamias not haphazardly, because oat can have a little bit of bitter flavor, especially when it's too old. Yeah? So I always store it in the fridge to keep it fresh. Yeah? But when it's with the macadamias, blended with macadamias, this bitter flavor vanishes somehow. That's very interesting. I noticed haphazardly, but it is of course now my plan to, when I make an oatmeal, my favorite combination is with macadamias. Other nuts did not work so well. You can try, make your own experience. For me, it's macadamia, definitely the best, absolutely. So I now have 2 bananas here to make it a little bit creamier. You have to get this nice oatmeal texture, from cooking. Many people like a cooked oatmeal. And you can also make this raw oatmeal warmer if you blend it a little bit longer. But I would say, together with the fruit today, I have a little fruit salad with just peaches and apricots. They are just in season, super ripe and creamy. I would say I don't need that much warm here. So I put a little bit of water in to begin. Not even a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup, half a cup to begin, and blender dance. So let's see, texture looks nice, great. I will taste it now. The flavor is okay too. Yeah, good. The oat is really present. The flavor of the oats is really there. It has this little bit, you know, I can't describe it. A little harsh, the flavor, but very nice together with the banana. And as I said previously, the macadamias, that makes it very nice. No more bitter flavor there. So, very simple now. I have two fruits here, two different kinds of fruit here. That is the peach and the apricot. Huge amounts, a lot of carbohydrates, of course vitamins, the micronutrients also very important, but I just talk about the macronutrients today. So lots of fruit, it keeps also long, and gives a lot of energy, sugar is in there. So you see these here ripe, how ripe they are a little bit shiny already, and that's very nice because I buy them in the shop or the market most of the time. And take them home, and then they are not completely ripe when they are at home, and I have them because they can turn bad very quickly. As soon as they begin to turn bad, I put them in the refrigerator. Yeah, before they turn bad, they are pretty crunchy and fresh. I put them out of the refrigerator. Don't need to refrigerate them, but as soon as they are really ripe, go in the fridge, because then they turn ripe very quick, overripe. And these have been at the brink of turning bad, and then they taste best because they begin to be so sweet and juicy, when they're really fresh, when they're really ripe. I wait to that point and then I eat them. So that's a good way to help myself having always the best fruit quality. Waiting a little bit, storing them properly, and then use them in time. So here I show you, I put the oatmeal onto my fruit salad, and that is my breakfast. You see, I will serve it in a nice bowls or glasses, to make it a little bit nicer, and that's it. Yeah, I can get a little bit oatmeal out of the blender with this little scraper. As it's creamy, so it sticks to the sides a little bit, so it's worth to have a scraper to get it out, not to waste it. And then I fill it in these glasses. But well, yeah, if you like to see it, I show you in a moment. I have to turn it over to toss it a little bit. Everything is coated nicely. All the fruit are coated. All the little pieces are coated. I have cut them into smaller pieces so I can put them nice into a glass to serve them. Always depends how you serve it. I serve it now in these glasses. They are small portions in such a glass, and so it's good to have the smaller pieces. Yeah, but that's a small thing. How to serve it, that's the easiest part of cooking, I would say, how to serve it. But also important, should also look nice, and because the eyes, we're eating with the eyes first. Here, this is my breakfast today. Oatmeal with macadamia nuts, very simple, and peaches and nectarines, and peaches and apricots. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, thumbs up. Maybe you want to subscribe and be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.